Hello, I'm Fraser Myers, Deputy Editor of Spikes, and I'm delighted to be joined today by Lawrence Newport, CEO of Looking for Growth. Welcome, Lawrence.
Thank you very much for having me.
So, the UK is in the midst of its third heat wave of the year. We've seen travel chaos, hospital appointments cancelled, schools closed, and much, much more. Lawrence, in most of the media commentary, these kinds of problems are put down merely to climate change. The only way we can deal with this is by going for net zero and hoping that at some point in the future, the global temperatures calm down a bit and we can go back to normal. But isn't a more simple, more obvious solution staring us in the face to something like this?
I mean, the problem of Britain right now is that it seems to be almost impossible to do really anything. And that certainly extends to our energy system. One of the key aspects of this, of course, is aircon. We have a very weird situation in this country right now that most buildings that people spend most of the time in, homes across the country, do not have aircon. And worse, in many places, it is essentially illegal to build it. This leads to all the predictable things you can imagine, like just a few weeks ago when we were in the midst of kind of the worst part of the heat wave. London ambulances completely full, the highest on record. We had hospitals cancelling appointments, schools, as you said, shutting all over the country. And people are dying as a result, simply because we do not have a proliferation of aircon in this country.
And what are the sort of barriers to that? We can come on to the legal issues, but would our energy system even allow us to have aircon on full blast all day during the summer?
I mean, this is a really great point. It's really unclear. I mean, we are at almost at capacity. We are risking blackouts. We've been saying for a while now at LFG, and we were called alarmist for this actually about a year ago. But like, if you look at the trends, our energy system cannot handle the load. It just simply can't. So there is actually, yes, a risk, same as there is really in winter as well, but particularly in summer, if there is not a wind blowing, because we have so much of our capacity on wind farms, if the wind is not blowing and it's sunny out and people want to ensure that they are able to be in school, go to hospital, or just avoid any of the kind of illnesses from heat exposure, etc., we might not be able to power the air conditioning in their home because we haven't built the grid.
And there are lots of regulations as well that makes it as if, especially for residential properties, that it might essentially feel like it's banned to install aircon. Is that right?
Yeah, I would 100% agree. I mean, this depends on your council. There are some areas where they are actually building new builds, for instance, with air conditioning, but there's lots of areas in London, for instance, and in other cities across the country, and in various councils actually, where you have to go through what's known as a hierarchy of cooling, or the cooling hierarchy, where you have to show that you have tried every other measure before you bring in air conditioning. This, for instance, means that you have to try passive cooling of various types, like smaller windows, which is also problematic because in many new build homes, for instance, the windows don't open fully because of other safety reasons. So we end up just trapping people in homes with tiny windows. And in temperatures like this, those homes turn into essentially cookers.
And people have even had aircon that they've installed removed by the local council, or at least, or ordered for them to be removed. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. Having air conditioning on the outside of your house where it can be viewed can fall afoul of planning laws, and people have and can be told to remove it. So even if you go through the trouble of actually installing it, your local council can just forcibly take it off of you. They can tell you to remove it, which is an absurd position to be in.
And we're often told that by the government that we need to install heat pumps. They've got to replace our gas boilers for climate change reasons. I mean, a lot of heat pumps have the ability to provide aircon, but are we allowed to use them in that way?
Not always. This is, again, the absurdity of our regulation is such that actually, I want to zoom out even more. If you think about the fact, the similarity here is to winter, where we have the winter fuel allowance. We know that it is bad for people to be in freezing cold homes during winter. And yet in the summers, when it's boiling hot now, we're talking regularly over 30 degrees. Our country is not built for this at all. Our infrastructure is not built for this. Our homes are not built for this. We don't apply any of the same regulatory, except, in fact, even worse, not only are we not funding people to get through this period like we do in winter, but we are literally enabling, or disabling rather, air conditioning systems across the country, not letting people build them, and in the case that you're saying there, not allowing heat pumps to actually cool home.
I mean, it is extraordinary, and there has been a lot of debate sparked about this on social media with a lot of Americans, I think, quite understandably gloating at how cool all of their buildings are with the aircon on full blast. This is a problem that extends to much of Europe. It's not just the UK. I mean, what do you think it says about us as Europeans, that we have taken this path, that we've shunned aircon, even though it clearly works, it clearly saves lives, it clearly makes people feel more comfortable. Why have we done this to ourselves?
I mean, your point earlier really speak to this. We've chosen a path of net zero, and we have done it sacrificing really cheap energy abundance. We've sacrificed reliable energy, and as a result, by the way, also, of course, with no plan on actually how to achieve net zero, there were routes. We could try nuclear power. We could have invested lots in batteries. We could have done a whole host of things that would have been possible, but we've opted not to do those, and instead to simply build out unreliable renewables, some of which can help with the grid. Texas is building large volumes of this, but they also have a strong, stable grid that can supply cheap energy. We've not done that. We've opted to simply go down a path where we have ideologically chosen to increase our energy prices and thereby destroy our industry and thereby make it difficult to literally even keep ourselves cool in the summer.
And you looking for growth, you look at a lot of these kinds of absurdities that are holding the country back more generally. I mean, not just to do with us not being able to access aircon, but the things that stop us from building infrastructure at a decent cost, or building it at all, I should say. What does the aircon bait tell us about that broader problem of simply not being able to build things in this country?
I mean, this is it's just a classic example. There is a clear problem and we are unable to solve it. Right now, I mean, again, the reason partly why our grid is so bad is we don't build anything. We don't build the infrastructure to move power around this country. We don't build the plants to actually make the power. It is a complete disaster, but you can pick anything. You could pick rail, you could pick roads, you can pick reservoirs. We are in a situation where a country that is quite well known for having lots of rain keeps having hosepipe bans in the summer, because whilst we've increased the population of this country by several million over the last 30 years or so, we have not built a new reservoir in that same time period. It is completely ridiculous. And yet politicians from all stripes and all sides don't treat it as the emergency it is. They don't see it as an emergency. And as a result, all of us suffer, our industries suffer, we lose jobs, we lose talent abroad, and things just decline in this country.
And finally, do you think we just need a complete change of mindset to think, well, we can build things, we can grow, we can use air conditioning should we see fit. We don't need to constrain ourselves in this way. It seems completely unnecessary.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, the attitude change here has to be away from it is very complicated, it is so difficult to do this, oh, that's not how we do this. Actually, even Labour's recent changes to the infrastructure bill that the kind of outgoing government did was simply fiddling with the system. Just because the system exists doesn't mean we have to stick with that same thing forever. You can just do stuff. We should just do stuff. We did in the past. We can try things. We have the talent here. We have the agency here. We just need to start letting people actually do things rather than getting in the way all the time.
Lawrence Newport, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.